That was wonderful, Lloyd. Thanks very much. As some of you know, Knowlton has been diagnosed with early-stage Parkinson's. He's doing very well, but one of the things that happens to him in occasions like this, if you can believe it, he loses his voice. So guess who gets to talk for him? Well, I'm always doing that anyway. But he's doing well, and that's the main thing. One of the things about Parkinson's disease he's told me when we were playing golf on Tuesday was this ensures that he can have extra strokes. I said to him, "That's cheating." He said, "No, it's just more mulligans." So off we go. So I am going to read to you his words, and he's very grateful that he could be here tonight to enjoy this event with you. His words: "I can't tell you how honored and, in fact, how daunted I am at receiving the Canadian Journalism Foundation Lifetime Achievement Award. And surprised, too, because when I look at the names of the past recipients of this award, my joining them, in all modesty, is a truly unexpected honor. But modesty is an overrated quality, so I'll gladly take the award anyway. It also seems almost indecent to be singled out for doing something I've loved, traveled the world at somebody else's expense, and met, as the phrase goes, so many interesting people. But the news has been my life for more than 60 years, and it's been a glorious way to make a living. Many, many years ago, my father told me, if things turn out better than you ever expected, don't tell anyone. Well, I must say that things have turned out better than I ever expected, so I hereby ignore that fatherly advice and confess that for the most part, these last 6 decades, from starry-eyed boy reporter to TV anchor, have been a journey of joy. I don't want these few words to be a kind of foolhardy exercise in conspicuous egocentricity, but I suppose in this business we're all sort of shy egomaniacs, and I'm just an old-fashioned journalistic dog barking at midnight at the smells and noises of the world of news. One thing I have learned over the years is that news is a public trust. That's what Dan MacArthur proclaimed when he founded the CBC News Service back in 1941, and that's always been the standard of the Canadian Journalism Foundation. News is a public trust and a critically important public service. If the CBC really wants reality TV, let people get the reality of what's happening in the world by turning on the National at 10 every night. A key part of being a public trust is to shine a journalistic flashlight into dark corners. Some of our leaders, even possibly including prime ministers, may not like that at times and grumpily view journalists somewhat like undertakers, necessary perhaps, but not to be admired. But shining that light into dark corners is what we must do in our job as agents for the public, in finding out what's going on. Like it or not, journalism is the bridge between the governed and the governing. The democratic health of a society depends on the quality of the information it gets, and that puts a heavy responsibility on the shoulders of journalists. In this day and age of sophisticated official spinning and misleading, it's even more important for reporters to double and triple check facts, as you said, Lloyd. For I believe that facts are sacred. When he was asked to name the 3 most important qualities of news reporting, the former famous American publisher Joseph Pulitzer once said, "The 3 are accuracy, accuracy, and accuracy." He was right, for that's the foundation of our credibility. As reporters, we must always remember that old journalistic saying, if your mother says she loves you, check it out. As a result of that need to check it out, we're often accused of being cynics. But as Alan Fotheringham once wrote, we journalists are not cynics, but rather we're bruised idealists. In London back in the 1600s, in the dawn of modern journalism, reporters used to be called matter-of-fact men. Incidentally, the few women reporters in those long-ago days were known as she-intelligencers. But as a matter-of-fact man is what I've always been, chasing the news of the day and thoroughly enjoying the chase. So, as I said at the beginning, I'm honored, daunted, and even a bit surprised at receiving this Lifetime Achievement Award for doing something I love. Each of us is a product of what we learn and what we apply in a lifetime of mentors, teachers, colleagues, bosses, and friends. And I've been extraordinarily lucky in what they've taught me. But most of all, I've been rewarded by the one who's reading these words for me tonight, my wife, Lorraine, and by my family, children, and grandchildren. So I thank them, I thank my journalistic colleagues, and I thank you all.